What's up, guys? Welcome back. Hey, to NayNay MMA. Well, today's episode is based on the Dan Severn seminar. And last week I posted, some wrestling highlights here and there. But of course, the seminar started since 10 o'clock and ended until like 1 or 2 o'clock. And so, of course, I got very little footage. But that's because I was focused and I obviously couldn't record everything. But one of the key takeaways from the Dan Severn seminar is developing that champion mindset. And one of the conversations that we had with him on how to develop that mindset, he started off with what I showed last week. You write down your goals and you develop a plan to get there. Because a lot of us have wishful thinking and many of us don't really put it to action. We just think that we're going to do something as opposed to actually do it. So I thought that was really valuable. But after that, something that I didn't post is he talked about one of the hardest things to do is always to let your friends and family know what's going on and say no. Many times when we're training a lot and we have goals set for ourselves when it comes to fitness, just a specific goal, there are times that our friends or family are going to ask us to join a certain party, join a certain gathering, and we won't be able to be there. And that's because we have other priorities. But that's the hardest thing. Sometimes we want to be with our friends and family, but we also need to make sure that we prioritize ourselves and our mental health. And if we have goals of possibly maybe competing one day, not because you want to be an asshole, but really it's because you need to prioritize your time and make sure that you focus on your goals. When I was in school, I had to say no to a lot of outings with friends and certain family members because I had homework to do. I had things to do. And then now I'm going to be competing. And so, I also have to say no to certain gatherings and certain outings. And I don't feel bad for it. And so when Dan Severn said that, it was an affirmation and confirmation that it's okay to say no to certain people. One of the crazy things that I guess it just makes me see that everyone's human is that Dan Severn mentioned that when he first started wrestling, he wasn't the best. He sucked. He pretty much said it like that. He sucked. And so I thought it's crazy because I guess what we're all used to seeing is the successes of people, right? We see pro fighters, we see professional athletes, but we don't really know what their true struggles are until they actually open up about their life. And what you come to realize is that everyone goes through suffering, everyone goes through struggles, and everyone sucks in the beginning. And it doesn't matter how talented you are, because there's really a quote that recently Dan posted about hard work beats talent when talent gives up on hard work. So it's not just being talented at something, because a lot of people have a lot of talents, but at the same time, a lot of people have wasted potential. And I'm not going to say I'm that type of person because, I've been training MMA for a while, but I've had to struggle and I've had to work really hard for it. And when I meet new people at the gym and they ask me, okay, so how long have you been training MMA? And then I tell them the amount of years, they're like, dang, girl, like you're good and this and this, that. But it's not about that. It's more so the fact that I never gave up on my goals and I never gave up on myself. And yes, I've earned a black belt, but it doesn't mean I'm done. And it also doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. So it also means that I'm not talented. I just work really hard. In everyday life, we're not always going to be talented at everything. There are people that are going to be naturally good at something. But if you don't work hard for that talent, then it's just wasted potential. And so Dan pretty much made me see that it's not just that. It's not just the talent of it. It's making sure you put in the work every day and then you come to the gym and focus. Because he also mentioned like purposeful training and making sure that when you go into the gym, you focus as in you're going to compete one day. And so with all his fighting career and his professional fighting career, keep in mind Dan has over 100 professional mixed martial arts fights and he's won most of them, literally over 100 of them. and he's only had like about 1 or 2 training camps, and he understands his body. So it's not just about going into the gym and just being there. It's about actually focusing on what you're doing and learning, observing, being a sponge.